Well, it obviously wasn't a new power in personal transport. Sales struggled, and despite slashing the price massively to £140, Sir Clive Sinclair's C5 remained an embarrassing joke. But you know what? It got a really raw deal.
The media hated the C5. Poorly researched reviews said that it used the motor out of a vacuum cleaner. Rosper turned round and said, "We are satisfied it's not inherently unsafe." And the papers seized on such faint praise, and safety concerns escalated. Sir Clive and the C5 were high profile and ripe for a kicking.
Entrepreneur-inventor Clive Sinclair had already cracked the pocket TV and the pocket calculator. You'd think a man with that track record would deserve a little respect, even with those trousers. But it's never been cool to like C5s, so people haven't heard about all the good things.
Like the fact that it was developed by Lotus. It also pioneered a simple yet elegant manufacturing process. Basically, the plastic body came in two parts that were joined by thermoplastic tape. And that fused the two together when you applied an electric current. It's tough as old boots. You can drive it into brick walls at full pelt and just bounce off. Even the seat, which is based on a Capri, is cleverly designed so that one size fits all. And once you're in, it's completely intuitive to use.
The advanced thinking continued with a front brake that was designed not to lock, so you could always steer in an emergency. Even expensive motors didn't boast ABS back then. And you didn't buy C5s from hard-sell salesmen at expensive dealerships, but by mail order or from high street shops. You feel no more vulnerable in traffic than if you're on a bicycle or a moped, but it could do with a heater.
Weather protection was non-existent, and launching the C5 in bleak midwinter meant that everyone who tested one got cold and wet and chilblains. Even the optional fashion design cagoule for £35 was no comfort.
Sinclair likened it to designer clothing. No, Sir Clive, no. The biggest problem, though, was the claimed 20-mile battery range. The AA said it was more like 10. But it still shouldn't have put anyone off. The average bicycle journey is only 6 miles long, and this is much more fun. If the C5 had been sold as a recreational toy rather than an urban commuter, it could have been a very different story. Compare it to this year's fad, the Segway. Obviously not idiot-proof, as President Bush couldn't work it out. And when the battery went flat on some of them, they fell over. When the battery fails in a C5, you just pedal home.
The Sinclair C5 was way ahead of its time. And do you know what? We've only just realised it.